We're connecting with Spirit this week in a very, very personal way. Let's get started for the week beginning December 10th, 2018. Hello everyone, it's Michelle Patterson here with Angel Souls, and this is the weekly angelic message for the week beginning December 10th, 2018. I'm a little late on this. I filmed these a few days ahead of when they actually go up. I forgot to wish all of you who celebrate Hanukkah a happy Hanukkah. I think it ends today, but again, I am so sorry. So while I'm at it, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Solstice, and Happy Kwanzaa. I believe Kwanzaa starts on the 26th and goes until January 1st. Am I right on that? So happy whatever it is that you celebrate. And if you are in a culture or a faith and you celebrate something around this time of year that I just don't know about, please leave your comment down below. My love and well wishes to you as well. So let's get into it here. This is a beautiful, beautiful message. I just love this. So the very first thing they say is, welcome to Spirit. Welcome to this discovery of what having the spiritual presence really means and what it feels like. I think we're going to get to know that this week. So it says, as you travel this week in your beautiful human vessels, experience the presence and feel the remembrance awakening within you. Let not the days pass you by with schedules and lists, but rather take in your surroundings, engage in the moment. So this is called being present, right? Oh, here we go. This you will know as being present. They say it right out. Time has no hold on you. So if you start to feel like you're getting sucked into, I got to get all this year-end stuff done. I know I do that. I got to go back and, get taxes around and ready, bookkeeping done. I take on cookie projects, traveling for the holidays, all these things start to happen. And they're saying, don't get caught up. Time has no hold on you. It's that same old saying, when you are doing your best work, time takes care of itself. So it's that kind of feeling. All right. Be in presence and love. So don't let the season pass you by because you're too worried about getting the perfect gift or, making sure you're getting this done or that done or accomplishing all of these things, but really focus on where you are, being present, enjoy what is. Okay. It says, alone, it is then a gift to discover the Spirit in you. Surrounded by loved ones and feeling overwhelmed, this too is a gift, for you are expanding through others reflecting back to you. Contemplate this and become masters in self-understanding. We wait, wonder, and walk with you in God's loving presence, messengers of God. So that's their big message for us this week, to not get caught up in nitpicking, perfectionism. We want to watch that as well. As a matter of fact, I just sat down. I'm wearing this, fuzzy sweater, and I don't know if my mic will be in the shot here, but the microphone's not staying on my sweater very well. And I just spent like 20 minutes hoping to God that, and I can't tell what's happening with the sound until I go back and edit. So if you hear anything brushing up against it, I do apologize. Hopefully nothing like that is happening. But because of the perfectionism, the pressure I was putting on myself to make a perfect video, I sat there like really losing myself and going, okay, you know what? Even if there's a little light brushing sound on the microphone, we're all going to live. Okay. Well, I'm also hoping it doesn't pop off. It does not want to stay on this sweater at all. But I wanted to capture instead this loving message that was flowing through. I had to sit down and hurry up and get it. And I started to do the Autowrite. So that's kind of just a silly example, but one that actually happened, where don't get caught up on, the details of things and miss out on the beautiful energy that is coming up for us. Now, does this guarantee that everything's going to be perfect and that we're not going to ever have any problems? Come on, right? There's always going to be something that we're working through. There could be things happening on a worldwide stage. Of course, I do feel like there will be some upheaval going on. But this is saying, find your zen, find your inner peace. As a matter of fact, I think we had that message last week as well. So don't let schedules and pressures and expectations weigh you down. Love what is. All right, let's get on to the cards. Okay, before we get on to the cards, if you would like a personal reading with me, just go to my website at angelsouls444.com, the services tab. I now have a video up explaining my whole process, what you can expect. And, feel free to go look at that. I mean, it's on my website as well as here on YouTube to make sure that an angel reading is right for you. Of course, this is the year where Archangel Gabriel is making a huge presence, making his or her, however you see that archangel, presence known. So the angelic energy is really, really high. So it could be a really good thing for most of you, or if you want to get a year overview, it's very useful for that as well. Speaking of which, if you are interested in sort of spiritual lectures, courses, meditations, and extra monthly readings, those are available over at Gumroad. And of course, a special shout out and thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. If you would like to support me on Patreon, again, all the information is down below. Now let's get on to it. I feel like my sweater is shedding on my face. It's a cozy sweater though. I love it. All right, so let's get into it here. Another announcement, I'm going to be putting up a series on crystals. So we'll be doing a little treatment on that. That was one of those things when I put out to you guys, my audience, what do you want to see next? You said, hey, I'm getting started in spirituality. What crystals do I need? Well, you don't need any crystals to get on your spiritual path, but definitely it's a useful tool, and we will start with rose quartz. All right, so that will be coming out very, very soon. Be sure to check it out. Make sure if you do subscribe, I hope you do, that you hit the notification bell. That way you know when I upload something. I've been getting messages from people saying, I've missed you. You haven't uploaded. I'm subscribed. And I did notice that my views started to go down on some of my videos when YouTube implemented this thing where you can hit the notification bell, right? So when that changed, I don't think people really knew that I was still uploading. I've never missed a weekly. So it's always here. All right. So just remember to do that. All right. Give us some more beautiful cards for this beautiful message for this week. They are saying here too that, we had 2 cards come out. They're saying here as I'm shuffling, this is the time where people come together in communion, and they're in their communities as well. And people, because especially this time of year, they're doing a lot of worshiping, and that collective energy is coming out, and people are engaging in peace. That this is just illustrating how powerful it can be. Yeah. A lot of learning, cycles, forgiveness, and emotional healing. So that makes sense with, okay. You can't see it, but I just made a mess over here with my cards. All right. So this is really coming to the end of a cycle, the end of a lot of lessons. Now, a lot of people always sit there and say, well, does that mean then that I suddenly get a huge payoff? I mean, you might, right? It's more about a new perspective. It's about loving what is. I said, find your Zen moment. That's no joke. Find your Zen moment. Okay. All right. So the first card we have here is Fluorite Learning. So we're learning what it is, what life is really all about. And no, again, it's not about perfectionism. It's not about I'll be happy when. I'll be happy when I have a house. I'll be happy when I have that job. I'll be happy when that person comes back to me. You're just holding up your life. Your life is happening right now. We've talked about this before. But I feel in this coming week, there's going to be some realization that really rises up in you, and you get connected. You really get connected back into your soul. Fluorite is also a very abundant crystal, or it can be, depending on your intention behind using it. But let the abundance be understanding, an abundance of understanding of yourself, life, the universe, of other people. Okay. So then we have Moonstone cycles. This is all about feminine energy, emotions, again, the end of a cycle, getting balanced, letting things be revealed, really taking a hard look at what have I avoided, right? What have I been running away from? So for some of you, this could in some sense be a somewhat unpleasant week, only in that, there could be some of those traumas that come up. But whatever it is, I think you're going to have the strength to get through it. Of course, if you're one of those people and you're watching, you say, listen, I don't feel very strong right now. As always, please reach out to someone who can help you in the physical. There are tons of hotlines out there. Reach out to someone close to you. But, this is also us here as a community in a spiritual sense, on a spiritual level, sending you love. You're more powerful and more loved and more beautiful than you could ever realize. And even if on the surface, something might be sparking you and making you feel like you don't fit in this world, as the Autowrite said, if you're alone right now, or if even you're around people and you're feeling overwhelmed, there's so much, dare I say, magic, right? I'm very careful with that word. There's so much magic happening on a soul level that might not be hitting your third dimensional ego consciousness. So never give up. Never give up on yourselves, okay? You'll see that this week. You'll see that there's some glimmer of hope. And remember, it's not conditional on externals. It doesn't mean like, oh, this is the week I finally get that dream job or whatever. Now I don't feel depressed anymore. It's not about that. It's about making sure that you can maintain your happiness and your equilibrium no matter what's happening outside of you, no matter what's going on in the world, because these are not things that can be controlled, okay? So then we have pink tourmaline, forgiveness, all right? So this very much is releasing and going, okay, I can't change the past. I can't change my circumstances right as they are right now. Now, that's not true exactly. You can change, but I'm talking more about where your mental state might be. Like, there's nothing I can do about this. It's beyond my control. They're saying forgive everything. Forgive life. Forgive others. Forgive yourselves. It's time to move on. It's time to learn, as we saw here. Learn, and see, it's a green card. So this is all about heart-centered kind of learning. And of course, the moonstone being very emotional as well. So there's something in our emotional body, in our spirituality, that is letting things make sense. And this idea of compassion coming up, this idea of, this isn't making excuses for bad behavior, but people are doing the best from where they're coming from. Time to forgive. And this will ultimately, here's our master lesson, our master teacher card here, Awakening Crystal, emotional healing. What better gift could you possibly ask for than to be at peace, to be in your serenity? That's what this energy is about. It's about finding the love. Even if you say, well, I'm not, I'm single and I'm not loved by anybody. Do you need someone to pay attention to you in a shallow way in order to feel loved? This is a discovery that you'll have this week, right? Where you start to redefine what it is to feel at ease, to feel healthy, to feel, again, that zen, that feeling of being zen. But, whatever kind of emotional healing wants to take place, allow it. Don't stuff it back down. Don't hide it. Let it come on out. And of course, as always, we can only help you with the spiritual stuff here. If this really starts to hit your mental body, make sure you reach out to a licensed mental health care practitioner. Be very discerning about who you go to, because they're still human as well. If you don't feel like you're getting proper treatment, find somebody else, okay? But I really feel that process even is going to be sparked by some spiritual growth, yes? And so people are really gauging their successes, especially around spirituality, about what level am I at? Your life is not a video game. Well, some people would argue. We're in a holographic universe. You don't know that. It might be our whole encompassed soul playing a video game and we're just a character in that game. Whatever the heck you think, that's fine. I mean, whatever. But we don't have to look at it as, our lives are based on hierarchy, and that, our worthiness is contingent upon us getting to the next level and to the next level. That's a human convention. That's something that we get brainwashed to accept and to kind of play by those rules. Do you understand? So we don't have to give into that, is what we're saying. All right. You're going to see this week is going to be maybe a little more unusual than what you're used to. And I can tell you, I've already felt that energy a little bit. I had a very interesting dream last night where I dreamt of somebody who passed over. And despite what this person passed over a very long time ago, and despite what I'm able to do. I've never really summoned that person to me. I've never really done anything, but because it was too painful. I just couldn't. And then that person came to me in a dream last night, and she handed me, speaking of crystals, she handed me a piece of malachite, and it was hers. And she was giving this to me. Now, if you don't know what malachite is, it's all about healing. And I kind of took it like she was, in the process of healing herself, and then she handed it off to me for me to be healed and to go through the process of forgiveness. Like forgive that I had to go. Forgive that I had to move on in this existence now, right? And that really, when I woke up this morning, I recognized it as a dream. I knew what it was. Again, I'm in this kind of work, so I know exactly how this goes. And I am starting to feel it already. I'm starting to feel my emotions taking a turn where things that I had held on to and I hadn't even realized. Now it's changing. It's getting better. We can be happy. We can love one another. We can be connected, even if somebody who, doesn't agree with us or thinks what we do or what we believe or what we say is silly or what have you. And that's just the surface. At the end of the day, we are brothers and sisters, and we need to remember that. So let's get on to the color card. Let's see what else we have here. All right. Maybe one more shuffle. About right there. Okay, so we have Indigo. Improve your vision. The number is 40. Again, it reduces to 4. Angels are with us. It's opening up to a different perspective and not imprisoning ourselves with what we think we have to keep control of. We have to be in our negativity, or we got to watch out for the other. People will do this. People will harm you. Well, the people who do cause harm, they're doing it from pain. They're doing it from fear. They're doing it from not ever having a chance. And we do have all the power in the world to not only change our own circumstances, but in so doing, we change the circumstances of everybody. We start to, I want to say affect change, but then that sort of starts to feel like social activism. And although that makes strides, this is a different kind of thing that we're talking about here, okay? This is connecting into true holiness, connecting into our genuineness, the soul blueprint, the soul's voice. And I can't wait to see what that looks like if everybody allows it, if everybody has that come forward. What will shift and change in the entire world? There's great possibility in this week. And I hope that you will take the time to be introspective and to let your own emotional healing take place. That way we can all benefit from the free flow of, who knows, this newfound love, this forgotten love, this divine love that now can be expressed. All right? So we're going to leave it there. I'm sending you so much love, and take care.